I'm Roz Stendahl. I'm one of the instructors that you'll find in Sketchbook Skool's beginning. And my week with you is about learning how to draw animals from life, live moving subjects. And I wanted to give you just a quick little taste, some tips that can help you do this. The first thing that I like to suggest that people do is that they watch the animal that they're going to be drawing for at least 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes this isn't possible because the animal's in the wild and it flies or walks away. But if you're at a zoo or you're home in your backyard with your pet, you can do this. And so watch the animal for a little bit first and see how it's moving around the space that it's moving in and whether it returns to that space. The next thing that I suggest you do is to try and do a couple quick gesture drawings. Gesture drawings are just quick drawings with no detail, trying to get the action line of the subject. And so this is something that you can do with dry media or with your brush and just get an idea of the flow and action of the animal or person that you're drawing. And then once you've done that, I suggest that you take a page in your journal and you try to have many drawings going all at once. So I have an example here from one of my journals of when I went to the zoo, and you can see I'm working all around the page. I'm not worrying about overlapping. I'm just focusing on certain details that catch my eye, and I'm getting them down. So one of the things that you can do is remove yourself from the idea of getting a perfect drawing. I want you to think of it more that you're on an adventure and that you're getting as much down on the page as you can. Over time, what will happen is that you will get more and more information and it will be more refined. The next thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about the negative space. And I talk about this in my class about how there's the positive form of the item that you're drawing, but then there's a negative space all around. And people often forget to look at the negative space. If you look at the negative space, two things happen. You start to think compositionally about the whole page, and then also you start checking the angles and the shapes and proportions of your actual subject because you're adjusting the negative space. So that's another thing that you can keep in mind. One of the most important things you can do if you want to draw live animals is you need to really study other artists whose work you admire. And I have two to recommend to you. This is Charles Tunnicliffe. He's British. I'm not sure that I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he illustrated Tarka the Otter and a bunch of other books like that many years ago. And this is from his sketchbook. It's a facsimile, and you can see how he's using his page by studying work from artists like this. There's another artist I love, Keith Brocky, and this is one of his sketchbook facsimiles. By studying their work, you can begin to see how they take something that's two-dimensional or three-dimensional and they put it on the two-dimensional page, yet do it in a realistic way. You're not studying them to ape their style or to draw exactly like they do, but you're having a conversation with them. How did these two artists or the artists that you select, how did they decide and make decisions about the line quality and the shape and the volume? So those are a couple of things that I always think about when I go out and draw from life. And I also go out with a little bit of a plan. I have a goal. The goal isn't to have a perfect picture. The goal is just to go out and make as many observations as I can and to push my drawing practice forward. So I hope that you'll do that, and I hope that you'll join me at Sketchbook Skool in beginning. It's starting soon. Thank you.